Hey everybody, it's me back again to walk you through movies should you see or not while I process them after seeing them. Still have this cold that doesn't seem to want to go away. Little bit of cheating in this one. I saw it a couple days ago, Friday nights, but stuff comes up. Son had wisdom teeth taken out yesterday. Hung out with my daughter all day yesterday, which is my favorite thing to do on the weekends. Um, but I saw The Roses on Friday night and also got in my exercise at the same time. Walked 3 miles to the movies, walked 3 miles back after midnight. It was a lovely night. Exercise the body and exercise the mind. So, should you see The Roses? I would say yeah. If you're interested in spending money on it, if not, definitely check it out while you're streaming. I think it's an excellent movie on the systematic breakdown of relationships, how they start over time, and how they fall apart. Death by a Thousand Cuts. I was thinking while I was watching it about all the different ones of like this genre that I would recommend seeing. Obviously, Money Pit, excellent one. Story of Us, devastating. Rip your heart out. Bruce Willis, Michelle Pfeiffer. Funny Farm, classic. Yellow Dog. Kramer versus Kramer. Dinner with Friends. Saw that as a play in New York when it came out in the early 2000s, and then the movie version of an HBO movie. Great. Andy McDowell, Dennis Quaid, Greg Kinnear, Toni Collette. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then really devastating Scenes from a Marriage, either the original or the one they just did on HBO last year with Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. And yeah, these movies are great character exploration about how people fall in love, and then over time things happen, boom, 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 and then by the time you look around, those things have just built up into a massive tidal wave. And what happens now in this one, obviously it helps that there's an additional amount of British charm put into this from Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch, who just wow. I mean, it is a level of barbing and jibing at each other that reminded me so much of Taming of the Shrew. Like, these are two actors just playing Petruchio and Catherine in Taming of the Shrew. And yeah, it's just the climactic scene. Stay for that. Even if you're like a little bored through the movie, there's some draggy parts, some extra characters that probably didn't have to be there that obviously they're filling in to bring in younger crowds. But the end sequence, explosive. So I would say that between the two movies I saw last week, this and Caught Stealing, this is what Caught Stealing tried to do by being kind of a dark comedy. But Caught Stealing failed to do, like I talked about in my last video, but people seem to love it in the same way that I didn't like Baby Driver, and people seem to like that too. It's just, you try and be so quirky that you give the character this character quirk, and then you have it, and it may be like this minor quirk, so you have to latch onto it and find a way to punch it into everything. The whole baseball thing, like, it really didn't matter to anything, but they had to keep bringing it up, and then everybody in New York is like, oh, the Giants. So anyway, back to why I got Caught Stealing. Also, the black and white cookie monologue in that movie, Regina King, top notch. I love the black and white cookie, but come on. Anyway, no more Caught Stealing. This, they have character quirks. So he's an architect, she is a chef, and that actually matters to the film because it is that personality trait in both of them that systematically destroys both of them, because they want to cling to those things, and it becomes the overriding like wedge in the marriage. As opposed to, again, Caught Stealing, hey, I was a baseball player, and Zoe Kravitz, you are an ambulance driver, and characters are going to come in and just disappear when you fall in love with them. This, characters hang on. Now, there are some characters that I wish maybe hadn't hung on. Those of you know me, I'm not a huge Kate McKinnon fan because she plays Kate McKinnon playing Kate McKinnon. There's a sequence in this where she goes subdued, and I'm like, yes, that is what I'm looking for. Not the I'm the sarcastic, over-the-top Kate McKinnon with my sarcastic Kate McKinnon voice that she plays in every part. There's a part in this where there's a lot of heart. Andy Samberg, good. the kids, the stuff with the kids in this movie, the quirk of him deciding I'm going to build my kids into like super athletes, super genius athletes. I love that. That was a great little B story that turns out to run through the whole thing. Um, there's so many movies I thought about where it's just these side characters that you might not normally care about, but they play such a huge threaded part of the movie. So go see it for that. Like I said, the humor is good. Are there better versions of this? Absolutely. Of course, War of the Roses that came out, decades ago. That this is based around the books and those type of things. But if you're interested in like character drama and you're interested in watching two really great actors be really great scene partners, it's just some really quirky comedy. The architectural designs that Benedict Cumberbatch designs, like the Maritime Museum with the sails, and her being a chef at a failed restaurant, just I don't know. I liked both of them a lot, and I enjoyed the ride in this movie. So, The Roses. Either watch it, pay some money for it, or just say, hey, this could be a really fun movie to stream that I would watch. So, I was pleased. Go see it. Oh, before I go, I gotta say, I wrote down this one line while I was there because there was nobody else in the theater but me. It was late. Obviously, it was the 9:45 show. He makes up this story about why they have to leave the party, and I thought one of the funniest lines I've heard this year is the story he makes about why they have to leave about a guy, and only like a British actor or Benedict Cumberbatch could say a rucksack full of coke and a sword and make me laugh out loud. A rucksack full of coke and he has a sword. Hilarious.